And we're going to start out there in the Windy City of Chicago, where a year ago, the Bears somehow, luckily, traded away the number 1 pick and got the number 1 pick a year later with a slew of other picks that they acquired via a trade with the Panthers. They got one of the top quarterback prospects in recent memory with Caleb Williams. Although the season was not memorable, they did bring in a slew of new people, including the man picture right there, Ben Johnson, who has had a wild amount of success in Detroit, looking to turn the tide for the Chicago Bears, and maybe, just maybe, have the first ever 4,000-yard passing quarterback for the oldest franchise in the NFL. I think that's the best way I could put it there for them. I think that's the best thing I can even put there. All righty. To the offense we go. They bring in a lot of new pieces. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. And I use the word slew because there is just so much going on here. Let's start out front there. The offensive line. Caleb Williams was sacked a shit ton of times. That's the only way you could say it. So they bring in, they trade for Joe Thuney. They trade for Jonah Jackson. They get Drew Dahlman, who at the time was the best center available on the market. They build around their quarterback. They draft Colston Loveland in the first round, passing Tyler Warren from Penn State, who ended up going a few picks later. They get a lot of depth pieces there. Ozzie Trapillo, Luke Newman. They bring in some new weapons, including Olamide Zaccheaus, who had a really good year in Washington last year. And then Devin Duvernay, the speedy guy from Baltimore, who was only in Jacksonville for a season, injury-filled. But he's looking to turn the tide with this new offense that is looking to bring some Detroit style to the Windy City. And now once we bring ourselves back here, what are we looking here? It's a new offense. They bring in 3 new middle of the line offensive guys. Joe Thuney, who's a stud, Jonah Jackson, which I think was a surprise by the Rams being traded, and also Dahlman just getting new center pieces with Darnell Wright and Braxton Jones being your corner guys on this offensive line.
I don't know. If you trade in and out the entire interior offensive line.
Let me also put this way. Caleb Williams was sacked 68 times last year
for 466 yards.
That's insane. Yeah, you really can't judge. I don't care how good or bad.
And I'm sorry, I also have to cut you off again. He avoided nearly 50 sacks as well. So if he took them all, 118 potential sacks would have been taken by Caleb Williams last year. Sorry, continue, Dom.
Like changing out the entire interior O-line, I don't know. We could say what we can say, right? We could say, oh, this guy's good, this guy's bad, blah, 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 right? You really don't know until it comes time to play. I mean, there's too much change for an offensive line to really just know until it happens. So you got to hope. Sure, go for it. Hope this is the change you needed to make. But, I don't know if it could get worse than last year. So that might be a good thing.
So to put into perspective, Caleb Williams sacked 68 times, was the third most in NFL history. David Carr was first, 76 times in the Texans' inaugural season. And then Randall Cunningham was sacked 72 times in 1986.
So this was the what?
Third most, and then as what Jake said, 466 yards lost on sacks, which is the fourth most yards lost on sacks ever.
Also fumbled 5 times, or lost 5 fumbles. He fumbled 10 times.
There's someone in TikTok comments said bear down.
Bear down.
Yeah, that's a lot what was happening in last year. Bear down. Yeah, there's no. That's it. I mean, I don't know what you can really say. You can analyze these guys. Cool. Are they good? Yeah. I mean, really not bad historically, offensive linemen. But, you just don't know until it comes time. You interchanged your entire interior line. So, Hope. I don't know. See if it affects the run game positively, negatively. See if it affects, pass rush. It just is what it is. Well, we'll see when we get there. That's ultimately all you can say.
I mean, will it likely help if you get like the old Tooney and not like the
Yeah.
Tooney that played tackle? It's a totally different thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know if any of it. I'm not the biggest Caleb Williams fan. I wasn't while he was in college. But it doesn't really matter if they do it if they get the old Caleb Williams. Like I just think unless he matures, he's always going to be this guy with stats and just loses games.
But you got to help him as much as you can. I mean, that's it. This is
four new receivers. Luther Burden. I mean, Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, he went back to the Chargers, but they didn't sign him again. I mean, they did make the trade. It was fun. It was exciting to kind of be like, okay, hey, will we see Keenan Allen of old? And we obviously didn't. Kind of fell flat on its face. But the two-headed tight end monster there with Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet, with also Durham Smythe. So you have to think, okay, you're going to have three guys who obviously can block in your system. You still got to bring him, or you got to bring back Mercedes Lewis. He says he has one more year in him. Bring him back. Do all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I got nothing else.
Yeah, it just is.
See, I don't know. Like, do we know if now that some of this information is coming out? Do you know if the Stars are playing their preseason game?
I don't have anything that they said that they were.
Because I feel like they have to. There's so many new pieces, a new scheme.
I think they'll play I think they'll play like week 2 and week 3. I think they'll do that. They're not going to be going out and playing them week 1. I think you'll get the backups in there, but definitely in weeks 2 and weeks 3, you're going to be seeing the starters play, and they're going to be playing a lot. Because listen, it's either in the stuff I've seen from training camp. Obviously, Caleb Williams looked absolute bad. But also, you go back through some of like the previous seasons where it's like, okay, Lamar Jackson in 2019, the reporters are like, does he even know how to throw a football? They were questioning that, and then Lamar Jackson goes out and wins MVP, has a really great year. And then Brock Purdy, it's like, oh, I think Brock Purdy's arm has to be amputated because obviously in that freak injury against the Eagles, he can't throw a football, and he was leading quarterback ratings, touchdown interception ratio in 2023, and was a part of the Niners going to the Super Bowl. But could this be another one? Or is the Bears defense that good that elite that, Caleb Williams looks absolutely just terrible?
Yeah. We'll find out.
Wow.
That's all I
got. We got someone in the TikTok comments that CeeDee Lamb got traded to the Bengals. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about the defense here.
I don't think the passing target net has anything to do with what the Bears defense is doing.
Yeah,
the Windy City, man. Okay. You got the 12th man. You got 12 men. You got the 12th man, which is the crowd in Seattle, and you got the 12th man, which is the stupid win in Chicago. They don't add a whole lot of pieces, but they do add a lot in the front part of the defense there. Grady Jarrett coming in from Atlanta. Deo, I'm not going to pronounce his last name, from the Indianapolis Colts, and drafting a couple of new pieces. They're one of their 3 second-round picks that they had this year. Shamar Turner, defensive tackle. They also got Ruben Hypolite, the second, go Terps, and Za Frazier for the cornerback position. Not a whole lot of change here. I got to look up. Oh, no. I know. That's the guy who's on the defense. That's the guy, the defensive coordinator. Dennis Allen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another guy who is a great coordinator, a dog water head coach. Can he maybe turn the tides? I mean, Bears defense is already really good as it is, but can they be better? That's the question here.
I mean, head coach is Ben Johnson. So
we also don't know, like, okay, is Ben Johnson going to be a good head coach, or is he just going to be like a head coach? Like,
usually the whiz kid offensive scheme guy is not.
Yeah. I mean, again,
don't let Peyton Manning advocate for you to be a head coach elsewhere, and you might be okay.
This team is kind of like just really a whole bunch of we'll see. I really don't. I don't know how to judge this team right now. I don't. It's not like I see this and think, wow, they're going to take a huge step forward from last year. Especially in a division where number 1 and number 2 are kind of a lock. We got to see about the Vikings. I don't know. They made a lot of changes, but we'll see. I guess I don't know. I got nothing else to say about this team other than there's a lot. There's been some changes, and there's coach changes. There's the entire interior offensive line. The defense is defense, whatever. But like, I don't know.
I know we just got.
You see,
I know we just got done talking about the offense there, but they did hire Declan Doyle, who is the youngest offensive coordinator in the league at 28 years old. Obviously, he's going to be better than Shane Waldron, who was the absolute dumbest human being to ever roam the planet. I don't know if he'll ever get another NFL job. Who knows? But yeah, I think on offense, at least you're going to be better. But will you get better on defense as well? I mean, same question, Dom. I think they're going to be staying the same. I mean, defense was really good last year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess. There was that time where the dude was saying something to the crowd.
Yeah,
and
you just pay attention and you for one more play and you went.
Oh, Jalen Johnson?
Was it Jalen Johnson? I don't know if it really was. I thought it was a backup.
Or was it Tyreek Stevens? I think it's a starting corner.
I thought it was Tyreek Stevens. I could be wrong. Stevenson, sorry. I don't know. Either way, it was just funny. But whatever. I don't know. They went what'd you say? 5-12.
5-12 a year ago. Yes. Don't worry. I made sure to actually change all the records this time because last week I changed the colors, but I didn't change the records.
Yeah.
Even if they take a step, it's not like this. This is a tough division,
Without
dude.
looking at the schedule and just knowing the division, I don't know how much better they get than that.
That's
even
kind
with
of my
the moves
issue.
and the scheme and a jump from Caleb Williams. I don't know how many more wins you get.
And even if you do get a few more wins, what you jump the Vikings for third place, probably still don't make the playoffs. Like that's the issue here. Is this might just be another.
I mean, third place in this division is still a 10-win team. Like,
well, it was
you
last year.
think?
Yeah, I don't know about this year.
I don't know their schedule. I have no idea what their schedule looks like.
Yeah,
let's advance to the schedule here. Where week 1 they open Monday Night Football at home against the Minnesota Vikings, which is a big one, and then they go right to Detroit for the revenge game for Ben Johnson. I mean, I don't hate the beginning of their season. I really don't, but you have to play a really good defense in the Vikings. Kind of figure out what you're going to be doing with the Detroit Lions because they did lose Aaron Glenn and then Ben Johnson's now your head coach. What are they going to do? And then whatever is going to happen with the Cowboys? Is Parson going to be on the field or is he going to be traded? And then the Raiders. I mean, you could be 2-2 at the bye, but then you also have to play. You got to go back to the scene of the crime there in Washington. Saints, you should be able to win, and then you got a horrible back-to-back with the Ravens, and then you have the Bengals. Giants, I think they can honestly win. Then you got to go away. Rodgers comes to town. You got I forgot. The owner returns to Chicago. He hasn't been there in a couple seasons.
If he still
does that to the Bears, it'd be the funniest thing ever.
It would. That would.
I don't know, but like. I really am having a difficult time getting anywhere higher than like 6.
Generously, I got 6.
I want to be like, oh, hey, like 8, but it's like I can't get any higher than 6. I really can't.
Yeah, and you know what? The back portion of that schedule is real.
Like, yeah, you play the Steelers at home, then you got to go to Philadelphia on Black Friday, and then you got to go to Lambeau. Then you're home for the Browns, which who knows how many quarterbacks they'll go through because now they have 6 on their roster with Snoop Huntley now being signed.
Yeah,
you have no idea what quarterback you're going to.
Oh my god! You don't even know what quarterback. It's like a Pokemon battle. It's whatever your best 6 is. Like, oh hey, they're gonna come out and they're gonna play.
Yeah, and then you end with the Niners and the Lions. It might not matter at that point, but
yeah, that might be 7 right there because of the resting starters. Maybe
I really can't get above 6. I really can't.
No, it's tough, dude. And that's here we are with that. That's kind of the issue. Is it's like, yeah, this team might have made some changes and coaching changes, and I still don't really know if it's enough to do anything. Even if they were to play much better, I still honestly, I don't know if that really matters. So I don't know, man. That kind of sucks for you, but you gotta figure it out. This might just be another year of I don't know.
Without a big jump from Caleb Williams and like the Ben Johnson magic, like this might get rough again.
You need that to happen.
You need those two things to happen to
Yeah.
even be sniffing a playoff spot.
Yeah. This might just look like the Bears we know. So
Well, the Bears we know always has a good back half of the season.
Well, Dom, what's
Make it like respectable at the end.
what is the win total that they claim?
Way to be on the ball, Dom.
I got it up. We're good.
God, first time?
I didn't have to go in my history to find out the website.
I was just assuming that you.
that I did because I didn't say anything about it. All right. Well, that's crazy. 8.3 wins.
See, like this is
37% at playoffs.
this is the disconnect between like people who, if you like Caleb Williams and you think he's good, you think they're a good team. If you watched him in college and don't believe that he's a mature human being, you don't think they're going to be good.
Yeah, they have them. They have them earning more wins than Miami, New England, Pittsburgh, Seattle, Dallas.
Well, I don't think is it even possible for both Minnesota and Chicago to go like 8-8, like it has it.
Yeah, they're in the same spot. I don't know, but this is they have them like middle of the road, 15th out of all the teams. So that's what the sports book puts.
But it has them
at.
below the Vikings.
It does have them below the Vikings by 0.2 wins.
So if they're below the Vikings,
Yeah,
how do they win 8 games? Or supposed 9 games?
they could win that many games. Technically. I don't know. That's a little higher than I would say, than we are saying. But what would make this season for the Chicago Bears successful?
You don't get any from Caleb
let
Williams.
me-
And looks like a pro quarterback.
Less sacks, I guess. I guess for the Bears, a 4,000-yard season.
You got a 4,000-yard passer. That's what's going to make this season successful. I'm sorry. I got a special guest trying to get into the studio here. We got a special guest coming in. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so we could hold off for a second for him to get in here. Let's see. There he is. Bingo bango. There he is.
Brutal. Calling him a special guest.
Is it
He
time?
is.
Like, well, it's just in time for him to like roast the Bears because I'm sure he wants to.
And there he is. The man, the myth himself. The Sea Wagon, the real Sea Wagon. There is no other real Sea Wagon. It's only him and him only.
What's up, fellas?
We just got done with the Bears.
Yeah, we just said the Bears won't win more than 6 games.
Oh boy,
It's
6
tough.
games for the Bears.
Check the schedule. You tell me where they earn 8 wins.
You count them out.
But I do have a guy in the comments here. Colby asking, who's the perfect RB2 in a 12-man league? I have the 8th overall pick.
Perfect RB2.
Well, ideally, I don't know if you'd be getting an RB2 at the 8th overall pick. If it's a snake draft.
Derrick
look at that.
Henry.
You could
At
get
that
Henry.
pick, yeah.
Jameer Gibbs.
Sick. Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah. Oh, when I look at this, Vikings, Lions, Cowgirls, Raiders.
Maybe you could go
Commanders.
2-2 at the bye. Maybe.
Like,
Ufer McUverson. Yeah, that's best case. Is 2-2, I think. Like, who knows what McCarthy's going to look like for Minnesota? Yikes. Saints, then the Giants. Like, cool, there's wins there probably. But you don't know what the Giants do. The Giants could beat the Bears at this rate. Like, depending on how Russ plays, Saints are going to be ass. Let's just call it how it is. Dude, This is brutal. And by the way, like, not that I'm stalking Bears camp, but like from what I've seen, Caleb doesn't look great. That's a problem.
He's looking better at the unscripted stuff, but whenever Ben Johnson's trying to script an offense, he cannot grasp it for whatever reason.
Dude, you know
He's
what's
good at
funny?
the unscripted stuff, and then the 2-minute drills, from what I've been seeing, he's good. But like anything that's like scripted that Ben Johnson's trying to like do there, he is just falling flat on his face.
So what's been weird, and not that the two are the same, like Sam Darnold has got his big extension, but ironically, both guys went to USC and looked really great early in their careers at USC. Like Sam Darnold was like the can't miss prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Caleb. Like, holy cow, can he come out this year? He's that good. And then he loses some weapons, just like Darnold did, and lost some pieces on the O-line. And God, they look horrible. And again, not linking the two together, but Darnold looked like shit with the Jets. And Caleb, for as high as prospect he was rated, looked like shit with the Bears last year. And by the way, the Bears loaded up on talent for him with the receiving core, the running backs, bringing it. Like, they put a lot in for Caleb, and he did not repay the favor. I don't know what the hell the Bears are going to be here. And this is a huge year for Caleb. We saw what Jaden Daniels did, which I think added pressure on. I know Jaden so far in camp, I know today in their like joint practice didn't look amazing. It looked like the Patriots kind of were getting to him a little bit. Not that that's anything joint practice, whatever, but I think there's a lot of pressure with Jaden Daniels looking how good as he did, and with less weapons, a lot of people would say, and in a tougher division. I think there's a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams this season. I don't want to like recap the whole Bears. I know you guys already did that, but I think there's a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams in this season.